Ever felt like your family bet on someone else to win? I'm Zoe Parker, 25, from Nashville, Tennessee. Growing up, my parents put all their hopes on my older brother, Ethan, their golden boy, the future NFL star. Ethan was the athlete, the charmer, the one they cheered for at every game. Me? I was the quiet kid with a guitar, writing songs in my room, told, Zoe, music's a pipe dream. Ethan's our real shot. I didn't hate Ethan. He was cool, even if he soaked up the spotlight. But my parents' dismissal hurt. When I played my first original song at 15, Mom said, "It's nice, Zoe, but Ethan's got a scholarship offer." Dad was blunter. "Music won't pay the bills." Their words lit a fire in me, not to compete with Ethan, but to prove I could win my own game. This story's packed with drama, a sneaky prank, and a moment that'll make you cheer. Ready to see how I beat the odds? Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Our Nashville home was a cozy ranch-style house with a big backyard where the smell of barbecue and country music filled the air. But for me, it was a place where Ethan was king, and I was an afterthought. Ethan, 19, was the all-American dream. Tall, broad-shouldered, with a grin that won over everyone. He was the star quarterback, leading our high school to state championships, with college scouts calling weekly. My parents, both small business owners, saw him as their ticket to glory. Dad would say, "Ethan's going pro. He's our legacy." Mom kept a shrine of his trophies and newspaper clippings in the living room. I was different. At 10, I found an old guitar in the attic and taught myself chords from YouTube. By 14, I was writing songs, raw, heartfelt lyrics about dreams and heartbreak. I'd perform at school talent shows, dreaming of a music career. But when I played for Mom, she'd smile faintly. "That's sweet, Zoe, but Ethan's got a game tonight. That's what matters." Dad was harsher. "Music's a hobby, not a future. Focus on something real." The favoritism was relentless. When I got a B+ in English, Dad sighed. Ethan never got below an A. When I joined the school's music club, Mom said, "Why not cheerleading like Ethan's girlfriend?" At 15, I entered a local songwriting contest, performing an original song, Chasing Stars. I won first place and a $500 prize. I ran home clutching my certificate, thinking they'd finally care. Dad glanced at it. "Nice, Zoe, but Ethan's meeting a Vanderbilt scout. That's the big leagues." Mom added, "Don't spend that money on guitar nonsense." They framed Ethan's recruitment letters, but left my certificate in a drawer. The worst came at 16. I'd been accepted to a summer music program at Belmont University with a partial scholarship. I'd also started posting covers on YouTube, gaining 1,000 subscribers. I thought my parents would notice. At dinner, I shared my news, heart pounding. Dad cut me off. "Zoe, music's a long shot. Ethan's got NFL scouts watching. He's our bet." Mom nodded. "We can't support your dreams. Ethan's our priority." My chest tightened. They'd bought Ethan a new truck for his games, but wouldn't help me with tuition? I stood, voice trembling. "I'll make it without you." I stormed to my room, slamming the door. That night, I scrolled Reddit's r/true off my chest, reading stories of kids overshadowed by siblings. One post hit me. "Their bets on someone else? Play your own game." I grabbed my guitar, whispering, "Game on." Ethan's senior year party was the final straw. My parents threw a backyard bash with a future NFL star banner and a live band. Neighbors toasted Ethan's offers from Alabama and Clemson. I helped set up, but no one mentioned my YouTube channel or Belmont. Standing by the grill, I vowed I'd win my own game and they'd all see it. But the road was rough. At 17, I worked part time at a record store, Vinyl Vibes, to buy a better guitar and mic. I'd write songs during breaks, scribbling lyrics about breaking free. My YouTube channel grew to 5,000 subscribers, but every view felt like a secret my parents didn't care about. Ethan came home for summer, and the house revolved around him. He was kind, saying, "Zoe, your songs are dope. Why don't mom and dad get it?" I shrugged, hiding my pain. My breaking point came at 18. I'd saved $2,000 from Vinyl Vibes and YouTube ads to record a demo. I'd also been offered a spot in a Nashville songwriter showcase, a big deal for new talent. At a family dinner, I announced my plan. I'm performing at the showcase and recording my songs. Dad laughed. "Zoe, you'll flop." Ethan's signing with Alabama. That's winning. Mom added, "We won't bail you out when you crash." I felt crushed. That night, I applied for student loans, packed my guitar, and moved into a shared apartment near Belmont. I was done chasing their approval. Reddit's r/musicians became my lifeline. Posts about grinding in music gave me hope. One comment stuck. "Your family's doubt is just noise." Win your game. I taped it to my guitar case, vowing to make my music a name they couldn't ignore. At 18, I moved into a tiny Nashville apartment with two roommates, both aspiring musicians like me. By day, I studied songwriting at Belmont, learning melody structure and storytelling. By night, I worked at Vinyl Vibes, shelving records and saving every penny. My YouTube channel, at Zoe Sings Stars, became my outlet. I posted originals and covers, pouring my heart into lyrics about resilience and dreams. Every video, every chord was a step toward winning my game. My parents rarely called. When they did, it was about Ethan. "He's starting at Alabama." I'd nod, hiding my hurt, and share nothing about my music. My channel was growing, 10,000 subscribers, then 20,000. As fans commented, "Your songs hit deep." I performed at open mics, my guitar case open for tips. But the grind was brutal. My mic broke, rent was late, and I lived on instant coffee to afford studio time. At 20, a break came. A Nashville music festival, Songfest, invited me to compete in their songwriter showdown with a $15,000 prize and a chance to pitch to record labels. It was my shot to go big. I spent weeks writing a new song, Break the Playbook, about defying expectations. To save money, I biked to gigs, my guitar strapped to my back. My parents didn't know. They'd stopped asking about my hobby. Songfest was a whirlwind, stages, food trucks, and thousands of music fans. I performed Break the Playbook, my voice raw. They bet on the star, but I rewrote the game. The crowd roared. When I won first place, I nearly dropped my guitar. The $15,000 let me record a professional EP, and a label, Starlight Records, offered a meeting. My Instagram, linked to my channel, hit 50,000 followers, and I got messages. "Your music's my therapy." But doubt lingered. Every milestone felt like it could crumble under my parents' words. "You'll flop." For a laugh, I pulled a prank on my parents. Ethan followed my Instagram, so I knew they'd see my posts through him. I shared a fake video of a terrible open mic, captioned, "Rough night. Maybe music's not for me." Mom called instantly. "Zoe, we told you music's a bust. Come home." I grinned, planning to reveal my success later. Ethan texted, suspicious. "Sis, you're scheming, aren't you?" I sent a winking emoji. The real test came at 24. Starlight Records invited me to perform at a national music showcase in Los Angeles, where I'd pitch my EP to industry giants like Sony and Universal. A deal could launch my career, but the pressure was intense. Competitors were signed artists with big teams. My parents' voices echoed, "You'll flop." I sent my family invites to the showcase with a cryptic note. Join me in LA, June 10th. I wanted them to see their loser win. I threw myself into prep. I wrote a new song, Game Changer, blending country grit with pop polish. My team, two Belmont friends, a producer, and a guitarist, helped rehearse. We rented a studio, maxing out my credit card. I invested my savings in a stage setup with lights and a backdrop of my lyrics. Challenges hit hard. My guitarist got sick, forcing me to rework arrangements. I got hate comments online. "She's overhyped." One night, I found a Reddit post on r/musicians: "How do you handle doubters?" A reply stuck. "Don't fight them. Outplay them." I taped it to my mic stand, pushing forward. My team rallied, and we nailed Game Changer. I stood in our rehearsal space, guitar in hand, whispering, "This is my game." The LA Music Showcase was a high-stakes spectacle: neon stages, VIP booths, and cameras streaming live. I wore a black leather jacket and boots, my guitar slung over my shoulder, nerves electric. My stage setup glowed with lyrics from Game Changer projected behind me. My parents and Ethan arrived, looking confused, thinking I'd invited them to a random concert. When the host called Zoe Parker, I stepped to the mic, heart pounding. "I'm Zoe from Nashville," I said, voice strong. "I wrote Game Changer for anyone told they'd lose. This is my story. Bet on someone else, and I still won." I strummed the opening chords, singing. They picked the star, but I changed the score. The crowd swayed, phones up. My band kicked in, and the stage lights pulsed. Judges, including a Sony executive, leaned forward. I glanced at my family. Mom's eyes were wet, Dad's arms crossed but softening. Ethan's jaw dropped, filming. The song built to a crescendo. I'm the game changer, rewriting the play. The crowd roared, giving a standing ovation. Cameras flashed as I bowed, tears prickling. The judges announced, "For originality and impact, the winner is Zoe Parker. I won a $100,000 prize and a Sony music contract." The room erupted. Off stage, my family approached, faces raw. Mom hugged me, sobbing, "Zoe, we were wrong. We didn't see your heart." Dad, voice hoarse, said, "We bet on Ethan, but you're the real champion." "I'm sorry." Ethan grinned, holding a small guitar pick. "I kept this from your first talent show," he said, eyes misty. "You're my hero, sis." I laughed, hugging him, my prank forgotten. The twist hit me later. Their favoritism wasn't malice. They thought Ethan's path was safer, blinded by their own fears. But it fueled me to win my game, not just with music, but with belief. My songs weren't just hits. They were proof I was enough. Today, my EP with Sony is charting, and I'm touring nationwide with 1 million Instagram followers. My parents are my biggest fans, and Ethan's my tour DJ, spinning tracks before my sets. But the real win? Knowing I won my game, proving I'm enough. If your family bet on someone else, hear this. Your game is yours to win. Sing, create, fight. Show the world who you are. You're not a backup. You're the star. Thanks for hearing my story. If it moved you, smash that like button and subscribe. Comment, who bet against you and how'd you win? I'm reading everyone. Share this with someone chasing a dream and hit that bell for more. Let's keep winning our games.